Wow. 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 Wowee. I just wow. What the fuck did we just watch? How crazy of a finish was that? I'm lost for words. Trying to catch my breath. The anxiety is real. Man, if you suffer from anxiety and you're a Carlton supporter, man, wow. I've got someone in the chat already saying a rigged game. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Don't let these people fool you. Because in the last quarter, I can tell you, is about 18 free kicks that should have been. And they just want to point to the one that was touched. I know. Umpires missed it. They missed a lot. They missed a hell of a lot. And we'll touch on that midweek. I'm going to go back and look at this because I can't even remember what happened in the last couple of minutes. All I know is I legitimately thought this game was over when Owies got caught holding the ball inside 50 with a couple of minutes left. I said, that's it. We're done. It's not our day. And it wasn't our day at all. It was just not our day, man. And I thought there's got to be a way that we can just finally go on a run and get a couple of goals back to back, because the only time we got goals back to back was in maybe the third quarter when Charlie kicked a couple back to back. But man, there was just no way that Fremantle allowed us to do anything for the 98% of the game, except the last couple of minutes. The last couple of minutes, they could not hold on. And Fremantle became dismantled because we broke them. We broke their spirit with just 2 minutes to go after an awful game by the Blues. I was not happy during this game. I was losing it. Losing my shit during this one, man. Screaming. So frustrating to watch. Just the fundamental skills, the fumbling, the decision making. It had everything. It was such a tight game, man, that every little possession counted. Every single score counted. And in the end, one of the craziest turn of events you'll ever see. And of course, there's got to be controversy because of that touch or brushed his shoulder. To be honest with you guys, I thought it was touched straight away. But when then Cottrell marked this ball and the umpire blew his whistle, I'm like, I'll take it. Fucking oath. We'll take it. We got nothing from the umpires today. And we're going to get opposition fans saying, oh, free kick Carlton, this and that. But we earn our free kicks. The umpires were not best on ground for the Blues. The best on ground for the Blues, which we'll get into, was probably our defense. Honestly, our defense held up, kept us in it. Nothing was going right in the midfield. And don't get me started on the clearances. Oh, and I started getting angry at Vossi for this one because the amount of time, the clearances ended up 44-27 in favour of Fremantle, and it was just one after another. And in crucial times of the game, we'll get into it. Oh boy, we will get into it. Before this game, the outs were Caleb Marchbank and in was Kemp. And I was wrapped at Kemp because I like Kemp over Lewis Young. So I was happy with that. Kemp had a pretty average first half, I would say. But in that last quarter, man, he stepped up big time. Him and Jacob Wiedering's got to be in the votes today. He was fantastic. Sard was great. McGovern was okay. But just collectively, they did very well to stop Fremantle because Fremantle played a fantastic game. It was not the prettiest, but tactically, they pounded us, man. Everywhere on the pitch, every category, Freo was on top, except the tackles, because we lifted the tackles in the last. Let's go back to the first quarter. I'll go to my notes. Man, I don't even know where to begin. This is crazy. Wow. Freo started very well, and they were great all game. And credit to them. I'll be honest, I underestimated them a little bit. I thought we were going to absolutely pound them. However, we've never won on this oval. So that was the only thing on my mind where I was like, is that going to play a part? And I thought it was, because we were 7-0, 0-7. We'd never won on this oval before. And it looked like it was going that way right till the very, very end when Cottrell came up clutch. But we'll get there. Fremantle started well. But once we finally got it inside our forward 50 at the start of the game, it was probably like 5 minutes in. We had a chance to lock them inside, caused them to have a panic clearance. It may have been Clark. I can't remember at this point. Newman got the spoil on the 50. Nice little fist there, golden fist. Chera pounced against his old side, snapped around the body, goal. Brilliant finish. That was our first goal. And then scrappy play by us in the back, fumbling, not getting clean possession here. Emmett picked it up at the back, broke a tackle, goal. They got one back and they hit the lead. At about the halfway point of the first quarter, they are dominating the aerial contest, man. And they did that all game. They outnumbered us a lot of the time. It's in my notes. I just couldn't see us getting that free flow footy that we like. Hollands, free kick against, Banfield goal. They extended their lead by 8 points. We were very flat-footed, slow, but Freo, to all their credit, set up very well behind the ball. And right after this, Harry took a mark with about 15 meters out, and his opponent was about a meter in front of him after he took the mark, and he decided to play on, man. Little did he know, there was another Fremantle defender running kind of behind him in his blind spot. He's seen him, he's panicked, he's shit himself, and he's dropped the ball when he was about 3 meters out. It would have been an easy goal. And man, I was fucking filthy. I hate when that stuff happens. Harry does it a couple of times. He did it a lot last year, but he's been fantastic. And he was good again today. Didn't get too many goals in a low-scoring game, but he was there. His presence was there. But this moment, man, it reminded me of bad form Harry. Oh, God. You got to go back and watch it. It was hilarious. At the time, it wasn't funny to me. You don't want to see how I reacted to that. But anyway, man, that was the way the quarter was going. Just nothing was going right. And we got one back. We got a goal back towards the end of the quarter. Orazio Fantasia. Big tackle. Saved us a goal in defense. Defensive 50 on Fife. They look like scoring there. He passed it to Cottrell. Cottrell inboard to Fogarty. And Orazio kept running, man. Fogarty's given him the hands. And this spearing pass, absolute spear of a pass found Paddy Cripps. Congratulations, Patrick Cripps, on becoming a father. And Cripps takes the mark, goes back, drills this goal, much needed, which made it a 1-point game before quarter time. Well done, Paddy Cripps. So at quarter time, it was 2-2-14 to 2-1-13 to the Blues. Now, that was Freo's quarter. I'm like, all right, they gave us a good shot. Let's see how we respond. We didn't respond great, man. Second quarter, not many notes here because there wasn't many goals at all. We were just slow to react to whenever the ball would hit the deck from an aerial contest. Slow. Freo were there first. They had numbers around it. And that's why they were dominating the clearances. They were so set up perfectly for these little situations and scrimmages, man. and their smothers. I think it was like 11-1 at one point in the second quarter. They were all over us, man. We didn't have time at all on the ball. They were suffocating us. And credit to them, man. We just couldn't get things going. The clearances, smothers, pressure, everything was going Freo's way. It was so scrappy. Handballs not hitting the target. And that sets off about a chain of 5 bad things happening. When you don't hit a 5-meter hand pass and either the guy fumbles it or it's too far for the guy, for the your teammate to get it, ball drops to the ground, Freo immediately, like freaking tigers, boom, pounce on you, man. And that just causes so many mistakes and momentum swings, and you can never get that rhythm going. Anyway, that was happening a lot. Freo kicked the first goal of this quarter. It was, I think, Tabana? I can't remember. But they extended their lead. They got back-to-back goals from back-to-back free kicks. I think it was Akers maybe holding the ball, and I can't remember who the other ones. It was actually, one of them was absolute bullshit, and you can argue that both of them were. I've got to go back and watch it. But yeah, they got 2 soft free kicks, 2 goals, bang, bang. Extended the lead to 2 goals. Cottrell won a free kick, played on, great finish, got a goal back. And yeah, man, like I said, the fumbling, the fundamental errors here, no good. Couldn't even pick up a ball. It was all happening. But as bad as we're playing, man, it was only a 3-point lead at halftime. And that would come back to bite Freo. They didn't capitalize on the scoreboard. And they should have. They really should have. But credit to our defense for holding firm. So at halftime, it was 4-2-26 to 3-5-23. Fremantle up by 3 points. Very low scoring game. Very low scoring game. We've got a comment saying, do you think the Blues would have won if Zach Dawson was still playing for Freo? Sorry, Zach, but he's got to be one of the worst players I've ever seen in my time watching AFL. I'm so sorry. It's just, I never rated him. That is hilarious. Third quarter. Got caught napping the Blues. Transition footy from Fremantle from defensive 50 straight through the guts. It was Swakowski with a goal. Gov gave away the free kick, which was not a free kick. Play stopped and they just played on and kicked the goal. Rubbish. Fuck off, umpires. Yellow maggots. Charlie Curnow, who had a quiet game. He kind of rolled his ankle a little bit here and there. Whatever. He came back on. He was all right. Took a strong mark and kicked a nice goal. This all started from TDK finally winning a tap to advantage. Akers grabbed it, kick around the body, and that's when Charlie marked it for that goal. That actually made it... what did that make it? I've got tie game here. Did we tie the game? There you go. We tied the game. Charlie actually put us in front moments later with back-to-back goals. And Freo straight away took the lead right after Charlie's back-to-back goals because TDK dropped an easy mark. I don't know if it was sunny on that side to the right of screen. And if it was, shut up. No excuse. TDK dropped what he should have taken. And we were under the pump straight away. Newman failed to clear, got caught holding the ball. And it was Emmett who scored the goal. Freo back in front by 2. Another free kick. Akers holding the ball. Another goal to Freo. Extended their lead moments right after that. So they were up by 7 points. And there was a massive hit by Fogarty on Fife. And if the MRO and all those tribunals look at this, I really think that there's nothing in it. Fogarty initially had eyes for the ball. Fife was going for the mark. I think Fog realised very late he couldn't get there, so he's tried to spoil where he thought the ball might be. Kind of hit Fife in the neck. Not the head, the neck. Accidental. A little bit careless. At worst, he'll get a fine. I really don't think he should be rubbed out for this. Absolute rubbish. There was no concussion. There was no injury. Fife just had a red neck. He seriously did. He had a red neck. And that was pretty much it, man. I think that was in the middle of the quarter. But that was probably the only massive talking point of that quarter. We got outnumbered, outmuscled, loose balls, clearances, pressure, all went Freo's way. They were really dominating us, but not on the scoreboard. At three-quarter time, it was 7-7-49 to 5-10-40. Freo had a 9-point buffer going into the last, and they looked better than us to this point. Way better. Actually, honestly, I don't think we deserve to win the game. But the last quarter happens. And the Blues never give up. The Bearcats. The clearances were the big story for me, man. I mean, we just could not, for the life of us, win one. Always came on for Elijah Hollins. Elijah Hollins, I think in the third quarter, maybe got his adductor or groin strained. I don't know what happened. It was a weird, awkward challenge. Did not look right after it. He came off. He's icing it. So always came on and always very reliable in the last quarter. He's clutch. Took a mark, went back, huge goal. We needed the first goal, man, because if Freo kicked it, it would have been very, very hard to come back. That made us down by 4 points after this goal. It was Carroll with a quick kick out of nowhere, and always just marked it and kicked a goal. But it was a very important goal. Kennedy then won a free kick for holding. I called it as soon as I saw it in the air. Kennedy was being held back, won the free kick. Blues back in front against the run of play. We hit the lead, 51-54 in our favour. And then the clearances. Freo just kept going and going and going. Orazio was caught ball watching when the ball came inside 50. I think it was O'Meara. Yeah, O'Meara kind of thought he was pretending to have a shot from about 55, centered it to the square. Aerial ball, not in our favour again. Ball spills loose. Orazio did not follow his man. He was caught ball watching. They kicked the goal out of it. Freo back in front, 57-54, up by 3. Moments later, another clearance by Freo. Dangerous times. Kemp got caught, dragging the ball in. He then somehow escaped it and showed the umpire, hey, dude, I don't have the ball. But the umpire, all he cares about is the initial hand on the footy while Kemp was literally lying on the ground. I don't know what else he was meant to do. But this was his only mistake of the last quarter, Kemp, because I thought he was absolutely brilliant in the last. Up until then, he was okay. But yes, Walters, who did basically nothing. Sard kept him very quiet all game, and Sardi's in my votes. 63-54, Freo back up by 9 points. So we needed back-to-back goals to really be in this game. And clearances were that major problem, man. They kept getting it out of the middle and we couldn't get going, couldn't break them through. And Illy 05 said, go the fucking baggers. Yes, absolutely. Now, this is where it all happened. Always got caught holding the ball with like a couple of minutes left when we were pushing. And we turned it on a little bit in that final few minutes. Always got caught holding the ball. And I'm just like, that is it. This game is done. Said it to my wife. I'm smashing my notes down. I'm punching things, losing my mind, tearing my hair out. And I kind of gave up on it, man. So legit, I'm just like, it's not our day. It was not our day. Out of nowhere, Zach Williams said, fuck this shit. Give the ball to me. He's breaking tackles. He's bursting through. Kicks it about 60 meters. Charlie Curnow marks it with one hand. And I'm like, oh, okay. There's about 2 minutes to go. Charlie's thinking there's hardly any time left. He's rushed back and he's drilled it right through the middle. And I'm like, game on. And that belief kicks in. This new Carlton, we built it last year in the second half of the season and through to finals and through to the prelim. And we do not give up, man. This team does not give up. And I've got to give us boys so much credit for that. I fucking love it. Never give up, man. The game looked dead, but we never gave up. This made it like a 4-point game. And finally, after this, we won a clearance and we locked the ball in for the last 2 minutes inside our forward half. And it was mostly inside the forward 50 for this last minute and a half. After about 3 balls up, we got a clearance. I can't remember at this time who kicked it, but somehow it brushed, I think Jackson or someone, I can't remember who it was, brushed their shoulder, and Cottrell takes the mark. Initially in live footage, it looked like it was touched. Umpires, I can understand why they didn't see it. Cottrell takes a mark. Fair enough. Like I said, midweek when we review the game, when I go back and watch the replay, I'll point out to you guys the amount of bullshit free kicks Freo got. And anyway, Cottrell missed the clutch. He'd done it against many teams. He'd done it against Sydney. If you remember in the COVID season 2020, we needed a big goal in the last minute and Cottrell came up huge. No hesitation. This is my moment. Cottrell steps back, goes bang, straight through the middle. Absolute beast. Put us in front. And then seconds later, we hear the whistle and the umpire saying free kick. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck. There's 40 seconds left. I'm like, Fremantle got a free kick in the middle of the pitch. And I'm like, what has happened here? I had no idea what happened. Turns out someone abused the umpire. They may have called him a yellow maggot. I don't know. Something happened. And out of nowhere, which I really don't understand this rule, why Kennedy had a shot and why it was not brought back to the middle. But regardless, Kennedy had the ball in the same spot that Cottrell just kicked the goal from to put us in front and win us the game. And Kennedy got the free kick for abuse and gone back and he's belted this thing and nearly missed. I was actually telling him to take his time to kill the clock because he had 30 seconds and there was 40 seconds on the clock. It would have been game over if lucky he scored it. But, oh man, he's gone back and kicked it and we've won the game by 10 points. 9-9-63 to 10-13-73. Unbelievable, man. The last 2 minutes of this game was wild. Absolutely crazy. And I really thought it was done. And I'm just so relieved that we got the 4 points. Because honestly, as good as Freo were, I would hate losing to them. And that's no disrespect against them. I just think we're a much better side. But today we just weren't there. And to scrape and claw and get away with a win, that is marvelous. Tremendous stuff by the Blues in the last 5 minutes. Not giving up. And we won the game with just absolute wild scenes. And the boys are pumped. But I would say celebrate it, but don't get complacent now because there's a lot to work on. And those clearances, 44-27, very concerning, man. And it I was getting on Voss's back during the game because I'm like, man, change something. We're not, the current midfield, I think it was Hewitt, Cripps, and Chera, and De Koning in the ruck, they just weren't cutting it. I don't know what was going on, but they had figured us out. So something needed to change, but he didn't change it. All right, we won. But man, we can't do that next week. If it's not working, you got to change something up. Got to take risks. But man, it's crazy because finally we won a clearance when we're 4 points down and we scored from it. It's so important, man. And we got drilled in the middle. Absolutely drilled. Couldn't be happier with the 4 points, man. Fuck yes! Yes! Oh, it's a relief. Man, my heart. I mean, 7 out of the last 8 games, it's under a goal. Or somewhere along those lines, man. We said that stat the other week. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Man, it's really, really hard to vote a 3-2-1 in this game. I'm going to go I'm going to go Adam Sard for 3 votes, man. I thought he was awesome tonight, and he did very well on Walters, and there was just one-on-ones that he did so well in and relieved a lot of pressure off us and rebounding 50. His kicking was nice. He was always trying to take the game on, and I love that, especially in a game that we're losing. I think we're losing for about 90% of this game. Literally, we only hit the lead a couple of times, but it was always Freo in front till the very end. It's remarkable stuff. And we're 4-0. Great stuff. Sardi, 3 votes. Wiedering, 2 votes. And the one is, I'm tossing up between Cottrell because he scored a very important goal in, I think, the second quarter that we said, and Charlie. But I'm going to give it to Charlie Curnow, man, because when we needed him, he stepped up big time. So Charlie Curnow gets 1 vote for me. Sard 3, Wiedering 2, Charlie 1. Could have given votes to Cripper as well. He was awesome. Didn't have too much of the ball. Actually, in saying that, Blake Acres is the best winger in the comp. Don't know. There's arguments there. He runs his bloody ass off. He does. And he was huge. He was massive in the second half. Always last quarter, Blake Acres always steps up. So thank you for mentioning that. That is a great point. But Zach Williams today, I thought, was phenomenal. Didn't get too much of the footy, but every time he did, man, he was huge. He came up big. I got to go back and watch this last few minutes of play, man, to break it down. We'll do another episode, probably Monday night or Tuesday. I will let you guys know. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream and this show, hit that like button for me, please, guys. Helps out the channel, gets the algorithms out there. Hit the subscribe button if it's the first time here. And if you're a navy blue supporter, you will love this channel. I bleed navy blue, man. Like button, hit the subscribe button, click the bell for all notifications. Follow me on all social medias. It's all in the links, all on the page on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. We're on there. And it's balloftruth.pod on most of them, and balloftruth_pod. Look in the description. You'll find it there. All the links are there, guys. So thank you very much for joining me tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 54 of the live stream, and we are just getting started here at the Ball of Truth, man. I didn't even introduce myself tonight because my emotions are absolutely crazy, but I am your host, Andrew Illy, and this is the Ball of Truth. This is Baggers Footy. We've come up with a win, 4 points. Couldn't be happier. Guys, I think I'm out of here. We will do another recap on this game. Like I said, Monday or Tuesday night. And that's it from me, man. I love you all. I'm fucking excited and happy and relieved. We're 4-0. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. I'm out of here. Enjoy your weekend. Love you all. Adios. Goodbye.